Right, we are back. I'm not sure what I had done before that it caused my save states and everything to mess up, but looks like we're back now. Should be good to go from here. We are on Route 13. Pull up the team guide. Against Picnicker Alma. What's going on, cheesy boy? How we doing? How we doing? What's going on, Dead Echo? Yeah, I don't know what I did to my save file before, but yeah, I'm glad that it didn't end up causing any real issues here. Okay. So last we left off, we were trying to find a solution to this trainer who opens up with a crocodile. We have Joker for fake out because it does have a focus sash. Alright, so I can fake out. Now anticipating the see, now we're in trouble, right? Because now this Chandelier, who has Shadow Tag and a Choice Scarf, also has control over whether or not we can do anything. Switch out. Alright, Paralysis is good at least. Being able to outspeed it and all. That did a lot of damage, that Fire Blast. What I'm wondering is, what is Chandelier's physical defense? Let's see. Chandelier's physical defense is 90. Compare that to Infernape's special defense. 71, okay. What I was really wondering was, would a Fire Punch hit us hard? It would not. It would not, unfortunately. Alright, let's try, I mean, we could try Fire Punch. Yeah. No. Alright. Let's see. What if PC here? Other option is we go Toad first. I'm just gonna do it on a Pokemon by Pokemon basis. So we go Toad first. Open up with the Giga Drain, go Stealth Rocks. Okay, so this is a 2-hit KO. What I'm anticipating, also Snowfalling is not correct. Shouldn't this be permanent sun? Let me see. It should be. Something is wrong, but we'll chalk that up to later. Alright, so it's probably going to switch here into Chandelier, would be my guess. Predicting that I am going to go into Joker. Worst case scenario, we get Fake Out Sucker Punch to take it out. Alright, good. Unfortunately, yeah, what I didn't account for is... I could still do Fake Out, right? What I can also do is get screens up. T-Wave. I didn't get fluffed up. Alright, Seismic Toss now. See, if this were in the sun, that Bitter Blade would really pack a punch. Alright. Alright, Altaria. I can Will-O-Wisp right here. Nope, I can't. Alright, sun is back, so it looks like whatever I did to glitch out the weather was reset. Alright, I'm starting to put together a plan here. I think leading with Toad is the first step. So if we go Toad... and make that our save state right there. I also just messed up by using the wrong move there. Yeah, okay. So... we're supposed to open up with Giga Drain. Now, this is where he switches, but who he switches into depends on who we swap into. I almost think Sue is the safest switch here. But I also want to look up to confirm something. Alright, this will be Chansey. Alright. Okay. Got a few ideas that I'm putting together here. First thing I want to do is take my Poker Rider, and we are going to go... let's see. Pulling up the Pokemon list here, because I think we're gonna have to expand our team. Alright. Got a couple ideas. Tatsugiri is one. The reason I'm thinking Tatsugiri is because we do a good amount of walling on Chandelure, and also it's a good counter. No, it's not a good counter to Altaria, because Mega Altaria is Dragon Fairy. And in that case, we might want to go Dragalge, is what I'm thinking. That's going to be a better counter, because I don't believe that the Altaria carries any Dragon-type attacks. Could be very wrong. I'm not wrong. Fire Blast, Hyper Voice, Roost, and Earthquake. Earthquake is a little concerning. Let me check Dragalge's stats, though, just to see. I think it has a pretty decent physical defense stat. 90 is not bad. Special defense, obviously, is better at 123. Speed is concerning, but we can figure that out. What I'm really interested in is its hidden ability, Adaptability. That doubles stab instead of 1.5. Because if we get an Adaptability boosted, let's see, we got Sludge Bomb, Sludge Wave, that's in this game. Sludge Wave is learned through TM. And looking at where the Sludge Wave TM is here, it's post-game. That's fine. We can teach it Sludge Bomb. Yeah, a Sludge Bomb boosted, or an Adaptability boosted Sludge Bomb should hit heavy. So that's one strategy that I'm thinking right now. It's going on Nicky Fernandez. That's one strategy that I'm thinking. Yeah, let's do that. So we have a save state here. I'm gonna make another one real quick, like right here. And then we need the old rod, really. Okay. 70% encounter chance. Tatsugiri would be a little bit of a better wall for Chandelier, but yeah, I'm gonna go with... Okay, well, we got Tatsugiri because of course we did. Alright. Guess we're gonna keep doing this. Dude, there's no way. It's literally 70 to 30 encounter chance. Alright, if I get one more Tatsugiri, I'm just gonna accept that that's who I'm supposed to have on the team. And we'll deal with Tatsugiri on our team, and we'll work with it. Because I'm honestly, like, astounded here. Alright, we got a Skrelp. Wouldn't have minded the Tatsugiri too much, but yeah, what we are looking for is going to require Skrelp. Nickname for Skrelp. I don't know. Poison and Dragon type. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure. Oh, wait. I've got it. What's the, what's the dude's name? Cobra. There we go. The Poison Dragon Slayer from Fairy Tail. Alright. So we've got a Skrelp here. We'll save state like right here with Skrelp. And now we'll go to the PC. Swap out Skrelp for maybe Gajiel. Well, Gajiel would be able to give us Defog, but we'll see. We will see. Alright, Rare Candy. This might take a while. There we go. Almost there. Ah, okay. Wait a minute. Dragon Tail could be a good counter to Shadow Tag. Alright, there we go. Cobra. Let's look at Cobra stats. Lonely Nature. Plus attack minus defense. That's not what we want. It has Poison Touch also, so we're going to have to change that. Alright. Next step is we're going to go to the Pokemon Center. Let's head back over to Vermilion. Nature changes first. Alright, looking at Cobra stats. Base stats here. Special defense obviously is the best, and I'm sure we're probably going to want to boost that. But physical defense at 90 is also kind of worth boosting up. Of course, special attack of 97 makes it a decent candidate too there. What's going on? Awesome. W Stream, W Malk, WU, man. It's only a W stream because y'all are here to support. Alright, let's see. So I'm between right now Modest Nature, or I could go a little quiet because speed is only 44. We don't care too much about that. Calm is also not a bad one. Alright, how about this? I'll go... Looking at the team that we're up against also. Alright, I'm gonna do physically defensive, and then reducing. Let's go bold nature. There we go. And then for the item, I'm thinking. I hope I have more than one. I might only have one. Nope, I have multiple. Black sludge. Alright. Heading back over. Consistent streams. Yeah, I've been trying to stay more consistent. I mean, as y'all know, I get pretty busy sometimes, but I do enjoy playing, you know, Pokemon and other such games, and I enjoy sharing that enjoyment with y'all. So, if I can do that as consistently as possible, of course I'm going to try to. Alright, let's see, do one more save state. Right, like here. Alright, so opening here with Giga Drain. Now, I'm gonna send in Cobra. I'm curious as to... No, I'm gonna send in Shinra. Ooh, alright, Benimaru, right? Chansey. It's gonna Thunder Wave, but Intense Sun? Nope, it is not Intense Sun. It is... I meant to load. I saved. Let's load state. I think this one was the one right after we got Skrelp, right? Yeah. This is either right after Skrelp. Oh, alright, this is right before Skrelp. So, trying again to get Skrelp. I'm on the wrong page. Old Rod. Yeah, alright. And once again, we are stuck in the Tatsugiri trap. What if... Alright, we can still go with Jogalge. I'm thinking, though, that we actually don't lead with Amoonguss. And we'll see why in a second here. I'm actually going to register it also. And then I'm going to resave state. And Old Rod is going to be start. Alright. Now we can just go F7 enter every time we need to reset. Ah, of course, as soon as I set this shortcut how I want it. Same nickname. Alright, we'll go here, PC. We swapped that for Hugajio, right? Same as before, we're gonna level this thing up. let's go. Fast forward. Literally just pressing A all the way through, and then we'll worry about the moveset later. So that the audio hopefully isn't too annoying for y'all there. Alright, got an evolution. Alright. There we go, level cap on. I'm very low on rare candy also. But let's go to move relearn. Looking at moves that we have, I'm gonna go Sludge Bomb for sure. In place of Dragon Tail for now. Dragon Tail will probably be making a comeback though, and you'll see where. Pokemon, Cobra. Move relearn. Next is Dragon Pulse. So got a piece of Water Gun. We have Move Relearn, and then we also have our TM's list. But I'm gonna do Dragon Tail really quickly. The reason I'm doing Dragon Tail is because Chandelure has Shadow Tag, but if we can get it out of the battlefield with Dragon Tail, then that also works in our favor. And then looking at the TM case. Oh, we also have Flip Turn. Okay. So, but we don't get the stab that we do with Dragon Tail. So maybe I'll do that, but we'll see. They took Toxic away from it. You get Thunderbolt. I don't think there's a use case this battle, but it's there. We get Rock Tomb. I don't know if this can get to Fog. Get Iron Tail if we. Well, we don't need Iron Tail because we have Sludge Bomb to deal with. Dual Chop. Knockoff. Knockoff isn't a bad move either. Knockoff will get rid of the Choice Scarf, although we kind of want it to have Choice Scarf so it gets stuck into a move. However, it won't outspeed Pokemon anymore, which is also nice. I'll consider it. Ooh, Body Press on Goodra. I know it's not the most physically defensive, but it's still nice to have. Okay, last thing I'm going to do... Here, let me check my Pokemon. Summary. Poison Touch. Plus speed. That's not what we want. Alright. Let's go ahead and take the Poké Rider to Viridian City. The reason I chose Viridian is number one, obviously Pokemon Center. Nature Change on Cobra. Before we had given it what, I think we said physical defense minus attack. So bold nature. Alright. But then the other reason I wanted to go to Viridian. So this guy is how we're going to re-up on rare candies. 100, 200, 300, 400. Plus 100 Pomeg Berries. Let's take a few more. 200, 300, 400. Nope, that's 400. There we go. Plus Pomeg Berries. Alright. Now, I don't need to talk to him again. Go in our bag. Rare candy is now at 838. So we are stocked up for a while. Let's take the Poké Rider back to where we were before. I also should, hold on, go in the bag. Sludge to Cobra. Take the bike. Sped up. Travel. Alright, slowing down. There we go. Okay, here we are. I am going to save state here, and save state here. 5 and 6. So we're gonna start with Toad lead. Go Giga Drain here. Expecting to switch, but we don't know who the switch is going to be into. I am going to go Cobra. Chansey, he goes Thunder Wave, I go Dragon Tail. Seismic Toss, interesting. Alright. So we live this. Dragon Tail. Force a switch into Chandelure. Good news is we wall most of what Chandelure has, and if it tries to go Trick on us, Black Sludge will damage it over time. So now we go Dragon Pulse to see how much damage it does. Shadow Ball. Alright, let's see what Shadow Ball does. Oh, that did a lot more than I would have liked. But thankfully we have a lot of special defense. We don't do quite as much damage as I would have liked, though. Okay, how about this? Now that we know that the Dragon Tail strategy works, what if we go... Hoping to live this, but I don't think we will. Okay, we didn't. That's fine. Let's do one more time. Crocodile, we open with Giga Drain. Right, and then we switch into Cobra, Chansey, go Dragon Tail healer, right? Chandelure comes out. Chandelure, not Chandelier, is going to Shadow Ball into us. Rather than going Dragon Tail, we are going, or sorry, rather than Dragon Pulse, we're going to Dragon Tail. Now we can switch out again, and we have done a little bit of damage on Chandelure. Alright, Altaria comes out. Oh, this would have been a nice one to go up against. I'm almost positive it's going to Mega Evolve and then go Earthquake here. Unfortunately, I don't really have much to deal with that. I guess Toad, maybe. Yeah. But it also has Fire Blast. I can Sludge Bomb or try to Spore it. But this probably takes me out. Oh, no, it doesn't. Nice. Okay. Sludge Bomb. Ooh, nice. Alright, as long as it doesn't Moonblast, we're good. Problem is it could Moonblast. I am going to go Benimaru into a Shadow Claw here. Alright, Chandelure comes out. Now here's the thing, I can switch out, which is good. Because I am a, alright, we can go Muddy Water, I can go Dragon Pulse. I'm gonna go Dragon Pulse here. Tangrowth. What's going on, Miel? Let's see, Tangrowth has Solar Beam, Hidden Power Fire, Sludge Bomb, and Knockoff. It's not going to Sludge Bomb. Probably isn't going to Solar Beam. Hidden Power Fire is not bad, but if I had to guess, I would guess Knockoff. I am going to Dragon Pulse it here. Yeah, Knockoff was correct. Oh, nice. Speed drop from Gooey. Don't hate it. This will Flash Cannon. Ah, shoot. Chansey. It's not going to do much. Probably a Seismic Toss if I had to guess. So, knowing that... Thunder Wave is kind of annoying. But it can't Seismic Toss me. So, I'm going to... Ooh, okay. I can go Shadow Claw here, hoping that she now goes into, Chandelure. Nope, Soft Boiled. Yeah, I could just, honestly, right, because Chansey doesn't have anything that can damage me as Benimaru. I can go Shadow Claw. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going Shadow Claw until she goes Chandelier here. Ah, but it has Teleport. That's right, I forgot about, because Teleport has reduced priority. Shoot, okay. It's not the worst thing right now, right? There could be worse matchups, but Jolly Natured Crocodile is not my favorite thing to go up against here. I guess we can go Joker, Fake Out into Sucker Punch. It's not a super heavy hit, but it gets the job done. Alright, Chansey comes back out. What if I... Light Screen, right? Free screens for the team. Then we go Shinra. Then I high jump kick. Ah, I missed high jump kick. Oh, right. I totally forgot about that. Okay. On second thought. How about this? How about instead of a couple things here? I'll go to the ability pill. Alright, Dream Patch, I guess it is. Right, because it's a hidden ability, so that makes sense. Dream Patch. Alright, Cobra has adaptability. Next thing I want to do is go to the TM case. Go all the way to the top here. Okay, flip turn. We don't need feint attack. There, now I have two ways of forcing a swap with Chandelier. Save right there. And one right there. Alright. Kendrick or Drake? Brother, it's 2026. Alright, we open with Giga Drain, he opens with Stealth Rock. I'm wondering if I should get Gajiel in here to defog the Stealth Rock so we can switch in a little bit easier. But, I don't know. We'll see. Either way, we have good damage here on Crocodile. Knowing that he's going to switch out now. We go Cobra. Who's going to take a little bit of damage from the Stealth Rocks, but is also going to recover a good amount of it. Alright. So now it gets a little tricky, right? Goes Chansey. We are going to... Yeah, go Seismic Toss. I'm going to Dragon Tail to see who gets sent out. It, again, does a little bit more than I would have liked, but it's okay. Chandelier. Alright. So Sunlight is strong. I'm still willing to bet that it goes Shadow Ball, though. I'm going to flip turn. Yeah, still Shadow Ball. Live that. Flip turn, get a little bit of damage. Emphasis on little bit. Now we can go Sue. Minute Stone's dug in, but we're okay. What is Sue's item? Curiosity. Sue doesn't have an item. Okay. We gotta give Sue an item. I, from here, am going to go Dragon Pulse. She, of course, switches out into Tangrowth. Tangrowth is going to be able to knock off and Hidden Power Fire into here. Yeah, Hidden Power Fire. Did a little bit more than I would have liked, but far from the end of the world. What I am satisfied with, however, right? If you're going to hit Power Fire, great to know. Benimaru can swap in here. Ah, okay. That was definitely crafty. Especially because it had no real reason to switch other than me switching. But that's fine, because Critical Hit takes Chansey out. Alright, Altaria comes out. Now, here we go. We are faster, I think, than Altaria. I'm going to Will-O-Wisp. The reason why I'm Will-O-Wisping is because if I Will-O-Wisp Earthquake, the only really move that it has against Benny is way weaker. And we can more safely send in Cobra, too. Yep, way weaker there. Now, probably is going to Earthquake again. Cobra is not quite as safe as I would have hoped, though. Let's go and Bitter Blade, right? Just see how much we can get from this. I don't expect a lot, but a little something would be nice. Yeah, Earthquake again. If Cobra hadn't taken so much damage, we could very safely send in Cobra here. But between the rocks and everything, I don't think it's the best idea. Let's send in Toad. And then I say we go for the... No, why did I hit Spore? Oh, wow. I misclicked like crazy. I meant to Sludge Bomb. Alright, well, that's done up. Let's go to item. Give Sue an item. I'm thinking something like either Leftovers. Let's see. Why is it not letting me sort? I don't know. Either way, Leftovers would be at the bottom because we got it recently. I don't know why it's not letting me sort. It used to let me sort items. Or maybe? There it is. Alright, Sue has Leftovers. So you sit right here. Yeah. Giga Drain. Cobra. What if we did flip turn, right? A flip turn here, taking a little bit of damage. We go Bitter Blade, boosted by Sun. Shoot, so close. But it missed. Alright, nice. Well, they're not going to keep Chansey, and that's just pointless. Now we have to decide. Oh, nah, no shot. No shot, right? No shot. Sometimes it's about not always being afraid. Sometimes it's about the damage calculator saying that Shadow Ball was a guaranteed 2-hit KO. Chandeler's out of here, man. Alright, that's great to know. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't consider the possibility that Benny Maru might just be able to tank a Shadow Ball. Alright, we do have to get him out of here, though. Who to send in? I'm anticipating an Earthquake. I don't really have any safe switch-ins for that. Yeah, I mean, I can fake out to do a little bit of damage. Now anticipating Hyper Voice. Coming with Toad to tank it. That Sun plus Fire Blast is kind of scary, though. Nice dodge, Toad. Oh, okay, I know what I can do. Oh, with the poison! Alright, even better. There we go. Tangrowth is probably going to hit him Power Fire. Benny, I can't even switch in Benny Maru, can I? If I could switch in Benny Maru, I would have said great, but I don't think I have that availability here. Let's go. Anticipating hidden Power Fire or Knockoff. Knockoff, we live. No more wide lens, unfortunately, but that's okay. Because we are going to be going Blaze Kick from here on. Solar Beam. I mean, we definitely lived that, right? Yeah, I was gonna say. Alright. One more Mon. If we had Speed Boost, we'd be faster and this would be GG's. Unfortunately, we don't have Speed Boost. We can still win. We just have to find a safe switch-in. So, safe switch-ins. Toad. Summary. Alright. He's gonna go Earthquake, right? Unless I can bait him into not going Earthquake. But he's gonna go Earthquake. Earthquake is going to do how much? Let's see. Bring up the damage calc here. Onto Amoonguss. 68. Quiet-natured, but full health. Alright, I'm reading Earthquake is a guaranteed 3-hit KO. Wicked Blow has a high chance to 2-hit KO. I think everything is kind of just riding on Amoonguss living this. Ah, what? That did a lot more than I would have wanted. Okay. Yeah, I don't have any safe switch-ins. I should have done Cobra into Toad. Cobra into Toad would have given me a safe switch-in. Because we really only got this Cobra to take on... Oh, Joker. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Is Joker going to gonna come through for us here? Everybody's still alive. Joker fake out. And actually, I think Joker comes through for us. I think Sucker Punch does it. Beautiful. Alright, GG's. Joker, thank you. There we go. Perfect. Let's go ahead and save state right there. And save state right there. I am going to head to the Pokemon Center to heal up again. And let's see who our next boss battle is. Alright, Route 13. We have 3 more boss... No, oh my goodness, we have so many more boss battles. Okay. Next boss battle is Doubles Battle with Permanent Sun. The good news is that a lot of weaknesses to a lot of types that we carry here. So, we'll figure that out. Because I open with Cherim and Venusaur. However, if we do catch them without Permanent Sun, that could also really work in our favor too. 8-handle sword, Divergent Sealer, Divine General, Maharaga. Also known as the strongest of the Shikigami. At least of the 10 Shadow Shikigami. Alright. Let's head this way. Ah, okay. But it would appear that, never mind. I was going to say, at least for this next one, we can, you know, go a little bit further and get more encounters. No, we cannot. No, we cannot. Alright, that's fine. So if they're opening with Cherim and Venusaur with Permanent Sun, I say we also play that game. Venusaur has Chlorophyll, though. So let's do this. Let's go all in on Benimaru. Let's go Joker for our doubles battle opener. Let's save state right here. Save state right here. Let's get to work. Wait a minute. Ah, I see. One sends out Cherim, one sends out Gudra. That also works. That most definitely also works. And I'll show you exactly why that also works. That also works because Bitter Blade's going to come through here and hit hard. That also works because Fake Out is going to come through here and hit hard. Petal Blizzard. Does that hit both foes? It does. Joker is not quite as in good shape as I wanted here. Ah, Sap Sipper. Okay, that hits everybody. It's been a while since I've seen somebody use Petal Blizzard, but that's okay. Focus Sash. Of course. Dragon Hammer, Fire Punch, Drain Punch, Power Whip. If I had to guess what Gudra's next move would be, I would say... I mean, we know it's not going to be Fire Punch. It's either Dragon Hammer into Benimaru, or anything but Dragon Hammer into Joker. What if I did... Will-O-Wisp into Gudra, right? That way Gudra's next attack doesn't hit as hard. Let me go Sucker Punch into Cherim here. Take out Cherim, weaken Gudra. Hopefully weaken enough so that whatever it does choose to use, Joker will survive. Benny's going to survive regardless. Ah, okay, Sun Boosted Fire Punch is not great. There we go. Good call on the burn, team. It's called high battle IQ right there. Alright, good looks. Venusaur comes out next. Venusaur is boosted by Chlorophyll, so that is a little bit concerning, especially with the special attack stat of 110. However, it doesn't get any stab from Earth Power. I believe that we do live one Earth Power here, so let me just put that in the damage calc. Best Pokemon to be named Maharaga? Low-key Ditto. I'm not gonna lie. Right? If we go based off of, Maharaga's main thing being its ability to adapt to any and all phenomena, Ditto is a good one for that, because no matter how much the opposing Pokemon continues to boost itself, and it could transform, it can evolve, it can do whatever, learn better moves. Ditto goes ahead and copies that. There you go, adapted. Another good one would be Shedinja, because, based on that concept, it's actually kind of a misconception, right, that in order to defeat Maharaga, you have to one-shot him. That's not necessarily true. However, in order to defeat Shedinja, you do have to find an attack that, gets through its Wonder Guard ability. Shedinja's more like Gojo, almost, if you think about it, right, because Wonder Guard acts like an infinity, kind of. So yeah, we could do Shedinja, who is not in this game, at least not for me to use, due to the hardcore rules. Ditto, I don't know if I have access to. Smeargle is another one that could be a Maharaga, just because Smeargle has access to every move in the game, and so one could consider that similar to Adaptation too. But yeah, hard to say what the Pokemon equivalent of, alright, Venusaur from, I think this is Beauty Lola? Yeah. Plus speed, minus special defense. Interesting nature on this Venusaur, but that's okay. If it does use Earth Power, 3-hit KO, yeah, I'm overly good. So Roulege, go ahead and Bitter Blade Venusaur. Expecting maybe another Fire Punch here. I think I am going to go Shinra. In fact, if we go Shinra, we can get a Protect off as well. Alright. Interesting. You went Earth Power on like the one Mon that you didn't need to go Earth Power on. That's actually bad though, because now Shinra's very compromised. Hopefully they were going to go Fire Punch onto, I mean the burn is really doing a lot of heavy lifting here, right? Yeah, that Dragon Hammer. Okay, not into Shinra. Did a lot of damage though, even with the burn. And we're doing a good job keeping Gudra in. Alright, Florges next. I say we go Bitter Blade here, and then I'm going to Detect on Shinra, just because Shinra took more damage than I would have liked that last turn. Bitter Blade will heal Benny though. That Sun Boost is really doing wonders for us. Wow, yeah, there we go. I'm considering giving him a Charcoal for this fight. Okay, let me see who would be next after Gudra then. Would be Bouffalant, who is Adamant Nature but only has a speed stat of 110. We can also go ahead and burn that or just double team it. Zebstrika might be a little bit more of a challenge, but cross that bridge when we come to it. So on and so forth. I am going to Shadow Claw here, and then I am also Gudra's slow. Gudra's speed is only 131. Although Blaziken is also slow. A lot of people don't know that. Blaziken is a pretty slow Pokemon. Alright, yeah, we're like barely faster than Gudra. So, knowing that, anticipating Dragon Hammer, I am going to... Ooh, alright, how about this? So we went... what? Shadow Claw. And then I am going to go Toad. Yeah, I'm going to go Toad. Because I feel like Toad is just kind of safe to switch into anything here. Best Pokemon to be named Mahito. Who? I knew I should have done Joker. That's okay. If the burn doesn't KO here, then I'm switching into Joker. Kind of hope the burn doesn't KO. Burn KO. Alright, whatever. Best Pokemon to be named Mahito. I don't know. I mean, because, right, JJK abilities and personalities don't translate all that well into Pokemon. That's what makes it most difficult. Alright, Zebstrika, who for some reason knows Bolt Strike. Zekrom's signature move. But I'm almost positive it's going to Flare Blitz into Toad. But thankfully, if I can get a resistance here. Perfect. Eat that, eat that, eat that. Boom. Recoil. Will-O-Wisp. Alright, this thing is not useful anymore to the opposing Pokemon. Cobra will heal as well. Nice. And a Bitter Blade. I wish Joker was in like a little bit better shape. Anticipating it's going to go for a return here. I'm going to send in Sue, because Sue eats that pretty well. Bolt Strike. Interesting. Bitter Blade should heal all of that. Alright, now who I am kind of worried about is going to be Bouffalant here. I do outspeed, but we're going to really need normal gem to be, or we're going to need burn to be putting in some extra work here. So I'm going to go for the burn. I'm also going to go for, in the event that the plan was like a close combat. Who is the higher physical defense? Is it Katsu? 162, Toad only 121. Cobra. Could go Cobra. Alright, here's the plan. We are going to... Benimaru is going to Will-O-Wisp. And we're going to go back to Cobra here. Let's see how this goes for us. Here we go. High horsepower. Alright, that was kind of anticipated. Nice. Alright, burn is carrying us. Nice, 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 nice. And now all I have to do is I go Bitter Blade here, and it does have a normal gem and head charge, which would really, really hit hard if we didn't have a ghost type and a steel type strongly deterring it from using that normal type move. It could use a normal type move here, but with the burn, it's not going to really do anything to Katsuyu. Assuming that Bitter Blade doesn't take it out. Bitter Blade did not take it out. High horsepower. Alright, we're good, yeah. Even if it crit, I don't think that it would be able to take us out. Just because of the way that the burn mechanic works. But here we go. And then I'll Dragon Pulse. Just in case, but we won't need it. Alright, GG's to the twins here. That is another one. Next battle is another permanent sun. It is a single battle where the guy opens with a Rhyperior. Rhyperior is a nasty mon, but it does have an abysmal special defense that I think we can take advantage of. Unironically, Rhyperior is kind of a Toad victim, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, a Giga Drain to the chest is Rhyperior's greatest fear. But we do have, let's see, 1, 2, 3 Just 3 more boss battles on this route, and then we can reach Fuchsia City, which will give access to the new gym and the Safari Zone and everything there. Here's one of those battles. I am going to save state. Save state right there. Save state right there. Save state right there. I'm going to take the Poke Rider back to... Let's go back to Lavender. I feel like at this point that might even be faster, rather than going to Vermilion every time, but we'll see. Maybe just so it's like more of a straight down, as opposed to having to navigate and go eastward. There we go. Alright, this next battle, they're opening up with... Rhyperior, that's right, we did say that, yeah, I knew that. Alright, so I think Toad leading is our best idea there. Alright, first thing I gotta do is... Alright, maybe going to Lavender was not the fastest way. Speed up travel, man. It's difficult. Just a navigation, really. Can't even like get up and go around or anything. But yeah, here we go. Let's do, we do what, 2, 5, and 6. Alright, so they're opening with Rhyperior. I could go Flash Cannon. Who has the higher special attack? That's what I want to know. 192 special attack. Still faster than Rhyperior, even with the speed reduced, compared to 155. Alright, I'm still gonna go Toad, just because we can account for any health lost to Rhyperior too with Toad. However, odds are that she switches into either Ogerpon, Rapidash, could do also Sunflora, but Sunflora does pose that risk of getting Sludge Bomb. Oh, wait, who is this? This isn't... Alright, wait a minute. We get a break. Oh, that's actually really nice. Okay. I thought this was another boss battle. It's not. That's right, because our next boss battle is a Bird Keeper. This is a Picnicker. Okay, that is really, really nice. Cool. Nice. Alright, this is it. Never mind. Oh man. Do I at least like get anything from this? Nope. If I could use Surf, I would have. Alright, here we go. I guess now we should reorganize our team. Okay. There we go. This guy opens up with Rhyperior. Alright, we open up Giga Drain, Stealth Rock, because of course, Windo Berry, reduce the damage here. Alright, now let's see what he's gonna do. Probably switch. No, not switch. That Fire Punch is gonna hurt. Wow, that Fire Punch is gonna hurt. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Very, very good to know. Let's go to the PC. Couple options here. Option number 1, we open Luck. Yeah, I don't really have much of a use case. Other than that. Right, option number 1, we go Luck. who I think has Never Melt Ice, right? Instead of the Magnet. Yeah, because of that time that we were up against the Landorus. Alright, this time we go Ice Beam. Barry does not get in the way. It is a 2x weakness instead of a 4x. Of course it would live. But it only gets up Stealth Rock rather than getting a KO out, so that's nice. Ice Beam into KO. Luckily, none of his mons have any speed stat boosting abilities in the sun, so no chlorophyll or anything like that. No items either, so no choice scarves. He does have Rapidash and Dragapult, who are both pretty fast, but I believe that Luck is faster by a little bit. Nope, Rapidash is faster by a little bit. Alright, this thing is Fire Lash, Jump Kick, High Horsepower. All that to say, I don't have a great switching. If I had to guess what it's going to use, I would guess Fire Lash. So I'm going to switch in and hope that it doesn't go for the High Horsepower. Like, please don't. Alright, there we go. Made it waste the Fire Gem. I think. I really think. Now it's going to go High Horsepower. That I don't have a great switch into. If I can Fake Out here. Anticipating another Fire Lash. Yeah, I don't really have much. The Horsepower probably packs up too. Yeah. Alright. So, let's see. Our first mission is taking care of Rhyperior with no more encounters. As soon as I beat this guy, it's like I can go right up there too and get to the raid den. That's annoying. Can't talk to them to, like, get around them. Alright, so we could use our Gift Eevee to turn into a Vaporeon. But Vaporeon wouldn't really serve us very well against the rest of the team here. Just because of the sun being out and all of that. Also in our PC, Excalibur with a Flash Cannon could deal some damage here. That's what I'm considering right now. If we go like special attacking Aegislash, that might get the job done. Would invite a fire type, either Ogerpon or Rapidash if I had to guess. Dragapult could be good too. What's going on, Ted? Can't use Drizzle or Sandstorm or any of that. This is hardcore mode, so all of those abilities and moves are banned for the player, unfortunately. Yeah, not allowed. Yeah, I found that out the hard way back with Misty when I tried to use Drought on Vulpix to cancel out her Politoed's Drizzle, and I simply was not able to get that ability at all. I know about weather control, though. I gotta remember, I've been playing Pokemon for 20 years, so I know all about weather mechanics. Let's see here. So if he opens with Rhyperior, yeah, we're gonna want a special attacker for sure. Definitely limited in our encounters. Let's see, looking at raid dens. Is there any raid den that has not been? We do now have access to 4-star raid dens, so that is good. And it's possible that there are some that I could have missed there. We do still have that Route 2 raid den that we didn't use, I think. Yeah. We have that Route 2 raid den. Ooh, okay. Shellos. A Gastrodon might serve us here. Weakness policy, Aegislash, Automize. Possibly. Possibly. What I'm mostly concerned about, though, right, is for that, we would want Aegislash, ideally in its defense form, so we can't use an attacking move. I also don't have any access to any setup moves on Aegislash to keep it from attacking. I could, like, King Shield until King Shield fails, and then try to take a hit from Rhyperior. The reason why I say that, though, right, for this battle in particular, is because in order to proc the weakness policy on Aegislash, I'd either have to take an Earthquake from Rhyperior, which would hit really hard and hurt a lot, In fact, we might even not survive. Unless I went defensive nature. If I went like a defensive nature, possibly like a bold nature, potentially. So we have that option. Fire Punch from Rhyperior, which again could survive if defensive, but we're a crit away from a sure hit KO if it's not already. Sunflora, we have Fiery Dance or Earth Power. Earth Power I'm not quite as worried about, but it does get access to Solar Power. So that plus the Sun plus a special attack of 135. King Shield doesn't reduce its attack in Radical Red. Yeah. And then Ogerpon has Ivy Cudgel, which would definitely KO there. Rapidash, Fire Lash would KO, but High Horsepower might not. And then Dragapult. Dragapult we might actually be able to take a hit from. But it's a matter of getting it to get Dragapult out, plus use Fire Blast. I do have high defense, but the issue is Rhyperior is a lot slower than me. And so in order to make sure that I'm taking a hit in my defensive form, I have to either move after it or stay in defensive form. I could go... No, I can't go Iron Ball because the plan is for Weakness Policy. Do I even have access to Weakness Policy? I think so. I'm almost positive that I have a Weakness Policy in my bag. I'm like very, very sure. Maybe I don't. Sort by name. Maybe I got one and then it got moved around. No Weakness Policy. How do I get a Weakness Policy? Do I have access to the Weakness Policy? That's my question. Do have access to it. No, it's unobtainable in hardcore. Yeah, never mind. They made Weakness Policy unobtainable. Have I seen the cheats for the game? I have. Cheats for the game are not recommended because they cause glitches. I've never heard that. I did not know that at all, but that is good to know. Alright, so... yeah, I'm thinking maybe Gastrodon. Yeah, if we go Gastrodon. Special attack of 92. Although I'm afraid that would just force out Sunflora, and then I don't want to do with Sunflora either. Also in that raid den is... alright, that raid den's probably a bus. Let's see what else is here. The Rock Tunnel raid den. Did I never use that one? Because I'm seeing the mons available are Delibird, Tinkertuff, Pharaoh Seeds, Lowland Sandshrew, and Othworm. I don't have any of those mons in my Pokedex. So that's one that I could possibly use. In-game code defined by you meant like Game Shark? Ah! Yeah, I don't know anything about the Game Shark codes. Could be, though. I wouldn't be surprised there either. Let's see, then there's a Route 8 one. Nothing really there that is too enticing. Apparently there's one in Viridian Forest, too. Ooh, okay. That's actually kind of enticing. There's a Golurk, right? How many mons do... I don't know. Because actually, the more that I think about it, right? Sunflora, Solar Beam, Ogerpon, Power Whip. Yeah, almost every Pokemon has a Golurk counter. So maybe not. Granbull, Intimidate could be nice just to, you know, send somebody into, like, Rapidash. That's something I'll consider, definitely, but I don't know. Oh, the Route 13 one would give us access to Indeedee too, or Duraludon. That would be nice. Let's see what else. post-game ones. Did I use Diglett Cave? I did, yeah. We used that to get a Stonejourner. Let's see, what about... Rock Smash? No, you don't get Rock Smash until after you reach Fuchsia City. That's where we're on the way to, so we can't use Rock Smash just yet either. Alright, let's see. In that case... Oh, I did not mean to start the battle. That's okay. That is quite alright. So we're still gonna go Giga Drain. Go Stealth Rock. Now he goes Fire Punch. I don't really have... Alright, that KOs all the time. That's fine. Knowing that... See, I'm concerned about going for like a Hydro Pump, because I know that it would do a lot of damage. I didn't mean to forget Dragon Pulse at all. I meant to forget Flip Turn. Yeah, I know it would do a lot of damage. But with the sun out, the damage is going to be greatly reduced. So I don't know. I don't know if it would do the kind of damage that we need it to do. Remember Dragon Pulse too. Yeah, I don't think it will. It's worth a try just to see, but I don't think it will. I'm going to try Hydro Pump, but again, I don't have high expectations. Of course. Good thing is, though, it looks like we got him to do something other than set up Stealth Rocks. So, that's good to know. Moves like Will-O-Wisp are not gone, but Pokemon that can learn Will-O-Wisp are limited. Right now, the only Mon that I have with Will-O-Wisp is Ceruledge, and Ceruledge absolutely is not tanking an attack from Rhyperior. However, if Rhyperior chooses not to go for the attack, then we can work with that, right? Because if we can Will-O-Wisp it, and then it goes for Stealth Rocks, then we can safely switch into Skarmory, who can defog the Stealth Rocks, and I'm pretty sure would live at least one Burn Fire Punch. Right, because yeah. Unfortunately, though, I think the AI is trained to go for the KO whenever, right? So we Will-O-Wisp. We might be able to live one of these, which I think we can because of the burn. It goes Stealth Rocks, okay. Now what we do is... we switch into... I'm guessing he's going to go Earthquake here. If I were him, I'd probably go Earthquake. Live that. I go Fake Out for the free damage. I go Reflect. I also go Light Screen. Switch back into Toad. I go Giga Drain. Alright, go Spore. Go here. Shadow Claw. Ogerpon. What does Ogerpon have? Ogerpon has not a lot. Ivy Cudgel, Power Whip, U-Turn, Play Rough. I don't know what the plan is, but what it doesn't have, it does have Mode Breaker, so it could Ivy Cudgel me, Cudgel, whatever. I'm gonna, yeah, it's gonna Ivy Cudgel me. We still resist it. I'm gonna Bitter Blade, getting the health back. Encore? I don't know. I don't know about Encore. It's worth checking. And Shadow Sneak here. Probably gonna go Rapidash next, which I don't have much of an answer to. Yeah. Rapidash I don't have any answer to. Because it's going to high horsepower. And this is, I think, where we get a little stuck. Because we don't have an answer to high horsepower. Yeah. We don't have an answer to high horsepower. So, let's see. Encore, I don't think is banned, but I don't have a Pokemon that I can teach Encore to. What's going on, Axton? Let's see. Okay. High horsepower. I mean, it doesn't get stabbed from it. Sending out Cobra might be possible. I'm going to send out Sue, though. Oh, that did a lot more than I would have liked. Yeah, I think Sue is unfortunately one shot now. Alright, so Sue gets sacked. Cobra comes out. We could try Sludge Bombing here. Alright, Cobra tanks one attack. Next is probably another high horsepower. That's good to know, knowing that Cobra tanks. Because... no. We're just not fast enough. Oh, nice. Alright, well, whatever it did, it was stupid. Now we go... oops. Hope to survive that. Nope. There we go. Shinra. Alright, so that's one win. But it does sack Sue, which I really wanted to avoid doing. So what I'm going to do is go back here. Ted, good call on the Will-O-Wisp to start off. What I would also do... right, so we're going to go here. Will-O-Wisp to start off. Let's do another safe state over the others. Fight Will-O-Wisp. Right, Stealth Rocks. From here, I believe he Earthquaked. And we went Joker. Yeah, because we had Fake Out for free damage, is what we had said. Then we said Reflect to tank all of those, and we said Light Screen to tank everything else. And we said we come back out here. Pokemon. We went Toad. Now, I think he switched out after this. I don't remember into who. Yeah, switched into Dragapult. I think I had read that, though, and went for the Spore. Or I didn't read it, but Spore still worked. This is where we send in Benimaru. Doesn't wake up in time, gets Shadow Clawed. Sends in Ogerpon. We Bitter Blade because we can live everything. We Shadow Sneak. Ogerpon goes down. Rapidash comes out, and we don't have the answer. Anticipating the high horsepower. We go Cobra, who lives 1. Cobra goes down. Shinra wins with high jump kick. Alright, so Cobra goes down. Are we willing to sack Cobra? Maybe. High jump kick on Rhyperior does the job. Alright, just Sunflora left. Alright, so that's a dub. We won that twice. I'm gonna save state like right here, just because I want to see if we could do it one more time without sacking anybody. So let's see. Same strat, Will-O-Wisp. Into Toad. This part is big. Ah, he fire punches. Alright. Interesting. In that case, anticipating another fire punch, I am going to... Ooh. I don't know what I'm going to do here. I don't think he can KO with fire punch, so I'll Giga Drain. Nope, he withdrew. Ah, I see. He wanted to weaken a little bit. Right, that way his Dragapult's Fire Blast does KO. And we can't get up the Spore Strat. Alright, I'm not going to worry about that. We did what? Save state 9. I'm also going to save state on 8 here, so we have another backup. Okay, cool. So now what we have access to is this raid den. Unfortunately, we don't get to access the grass encounters. What we also have to do is put Cobra in the PC. So Cobra's coming out. Our next battle is going to be up against Biker Jared, who opens up with a Crustle. Alright. A water type special attacker actually would have been great for that. But if we look at the raid den options here, let's see. Oh, okay. We have options. We have options here. We'll be good. Alright, let's swap out. In fact, we could probably just go Aegislash for that. Alright, back to our KO'd box. We're filling up that second box pretty quickly. Burnt Seed. Boosts fire moves when held by Sunflora. What would I do with... Alright. I guess if I ever use a Sunflora, there we go. Inside the den. Breloom. Not bad. I'll consider it. Looking at our team. Do some healing. Joker also needs to be healed. Yes, this is a lot slower than just going back to the Pokemon Center, but it means that we don't have to fast travel all the way back. So. Right, because now we didn't have to go anywhere. Team is healthy again. Excalibur. Actually, in hindsight, I probably should have gone back to where I was before. Because I'll do save state right there. I probably should have. Because we do need special attacking Excalibur, not physical attacking. So... on second thought, I guess I did all that for nothing. Poké Rider, Vermilion, and we are going to go Special Attacker. For the question of what am I going to give up for that, I guess we'll consult the team guide. Alright, yeah, literally 2 more. This is the second to last one. He has a Mega Camerupt, and we got rid of our Politoed, who was our Mega Camerupt answer before. Alright, cross that bridge when we come to it again. Chlorophyll Leavanny is also not my favorite to deal with, but we have an answer. That's actually very easy for Cerulege to deal with. The biggest threat to Aegislash is going to come in what appears to be mostly physical attackers, or sorry, special attackers, right? Camerupt's Fire Blast, Camerupt's Earth Power, Electros' Fire Blast. There is Headlong Rush from Mamoswine, but I don't think we're going to worry about that too much. Let's go plus special attack minus... Not minus speed. Alright, so we could either go timid nature for speed, but we already outspeed most of what we would be up against anyways. Although it would allow us to also go speed tie with Mamoswine, so maybe. Maybe. I'm gonna go for damage though. Let's go modest for now. And then we are going to go back this way. Alright. So, I probably should have actually set up the team before I save stated, because I'm going to have to just do that all over again. Should I have gone Shadow Ball too? Maybe. I guess we'll find out soon enough. Item check here. Yep, Metal Coat, perfect. Alright, open up with the Crustle is new, but let's go Flash Cannon, see how much this does. Stance change with it. Oh, I forgot Crustle got sturdy. That's annoying. Luckily, it's only interested in Stealth Rocks. It also has spikes. Really annoying setup here. I am going to Shadow Sneak. Ah, okay, it could have potentially moved first if we didn't have priority move there. Good thing that I didn't go with another Flash Cannon. Next up is Leavanny, who interestingly enough also doesn't have anything that can really damage me here. I'm fairly comfortable then going into Benimaru. And just Bitter Blading away. Focus Sash because of course, but we do get the KO there. Alright, Mamoswine with Thick Fat. This I don't have much of an answer to. It's gonna Headlong Rush me. It also has Mountain Gale and Ice Shard, which are kind of scary. If I was full health, I might have been able to survive a burned Headlong Rush or Rock Tomb. But if I'm not full health, that is a much lower possibility here. Yeah. Okay. Good to know. What's going on, Nigerian K? So, without sacking Benimaru, I still think going Aegis Slash first is the right move. Right, go Aegis Slash to take care of Crustle. Knowing that Leavanny comes in afterwards. Team's gonna make her use a Skorupi. I agree. Yes, Skorupi is a pretty good Pokemon we could get a lot of use out of. Unfortunately, I think we already used up our encounter in the Skorupi area. So, I don't think we get Skorupi on our team this run. Actually, let me see. Where do we find Skorupi? Skorupi is... There's one in the grass on Route 16. But we already used that grass encounter for Skarmory. And then there's also one on Route 9. Route 9. Did we use our encounter there for anything? I don't think we did. So actually, we might still have that. Oh, no. We used it for Darumaka. That's right. That's right. Let me make sure that I got that right. I think so. PC. Right. If we check Darmanitan. Yeah, Route 9. So we already used our encounter there. But what game is this? Never seen this, but recognize the Kanto map. So this is Pokemon Radical Red. What Radical Red is the exact same game as Fire Red. So same region, story, characters, and all that. But it has an expanded Pokedex and a much more difficult AI. So those battles are a lot harder than they are in the Fire Red base game. But yeah, that's why you recognize pretty much everything else from Kanto, is because it is the Fire Red, like, normal game. In fact, Radical Red isn't even really like a ROM hack, quote unquote. It's more like a patch, you know. Think of like patch notes added to Fire Red to make it more difficult. Alright, so this guy opens up with Crustle. We open up with Aegislash, we know that. And since Crustle is a much stronger physical defender than a special defender, we know that Flash Cannon is going to hit hard. It is going to get up Stealth Rocks, unfortunately. But what I'm thinking is potentially, I do have Skarmory in my PC for use too. If I swap into Skarmory, then if he does try to go for the Earthquake with his Custat Berry, we live that. Skarmory's faster. We get off Defog too. And I mean, if he attacks Skarmory, he won't do any damage. Body Press, get rid of that, and get rid of Hazards. From there, who he switches into will be up to him. Alright, we know that we live that. Now Levani comes out next. Levani thankfully doesn't really have any moves that can threaten us here. I honestly might even try giving it the Flash Cannon treatment again. Solar Blade's gonna hurt a little bit. I probably should have gone King Shield actually to boost my defenses before taking that. But you live and you learn, right? We'll be okay. Oh yeah, there we go. That's nice. And then I'm sure Shadow Sneak does the remainder of the damage. That's good, actually. Knowing that with Excalibur, we can take out 2 Mons. If I have a Leftovers, right, let me find out that I actually don't need Metal Coat. If I don't need Metal Coat to take out Crustle, then I'm very happy going with Leftovers here. It's going to Headlong Rush. I am slower, I think, because we went Timid on the Nature. Let me King Shield. I don't know why I King Shielded, as if I'm not going to just switch right after, but we'll see. So if we go to tank a Headlong Rush, I guess I can go Joker. Oh, that did a lot of damage, man. I can do Fake Out here. Sucker Punch isn't going to do the job. Probably just going to Headlong Rush again. Speed is clocking in at 144. So I think only Mon faster than that is going to be Benny for now. I could also give Goku a try once we break the Sash. Hope that he goes like Mountain Gale. If he goes an Ice-type move after Fake Out, then that's a great sign for us. Ice Shard, perfect. Because we eat that. Again, my health isn't to where I can tank a Will-O-Wisp Headlong Rush. But if I can get a burn off here, just play with that a little bit. And knowing that he goes Ice-type move to try to finish off Joker is great. Okay. Reason why that's great is because now I can go and adjust my team a little bit here. I say only ever play Ultraviolet and Fire Red. Oh, you've only played Violet and Fire Red? Oh man, no, yeah. Let me give you some more recommendations. Okay, Pokemon Platinum, definitely recommend. Pokemon Emerald, I recommend. Also Ruby and Sapphire. I want to recommend Diamond and Pearl, but Platinum is just so much better than them in every way. But I would say that, you know, just for the slight story differences and stuff, they're worth playing. Red and Blue are pretty terrible games. I'm going to just flat out say that. I mean, for nostalgic purposes, they're cool, but They're not great. Gen 5 is amazing. I would recommend Black and White, and then their sequels, Black and White 2. Dang, I mean, I'm going to recommend like every main series Pokemon game for sure. But if I were to give you like a top 3 to definitely check out, I would say Platinum, I would say Emerald, and then I would say Black and White. If I were to give you a top 3 there. Yeah. What's going on, Henry Sanchez? Alright, let's see. So let's switch into Infernape here. I don't think I need Blaziken for this fight. Still TBD. I don't think I need Blaziken. I also want to try out the Skarmory strategy, so go to the PC here. Go right there. Oh, I also wanted to test if I needed, if I needed the metal coat. Alright, so this time we're going to be a little bit smarter. Go King Shield here so we take less damage from whatever they throw at us. Let's go Flash Cannon. Take a lot less damage from Solar Blade now because we're in our shield form. Perfect. That's what I like to see. And we will now Shadow Sneak. Camerupt. Okay, that's not what I expected. I'm gonna King Shield, of course. That's Fire Blast. We could... Oh, not a lot of Pokemon are eating a Fire Blast from this thing. Can Fake Out, and then go Benimaru here. And then hope for a Shadow Claw. Nope, that's not gonna do it. Alright, let's see what else. What if Aegislash lead, right? Flash Cannon. Shadow Sneak. Flash Cannon again. Shadow Sneak again. Alright, Mamoswine. King Shield. Now what do we know? We knew that sending in Joker here. Joker almost dies, but not quite. We Fake Out. Get a little bit of damage in. Now, we are going to anticipate that Ice-type move. Eat that, and go close combat. And let's see how this does. Is that an Aegislash? It is. There we go. Alright. That's our Mamoswine solution. Getting hungry, man. Electros. Thunderbolt, Fire Blast, Giga Drain, and Volt Switch. I highly doubt it's going Fire Blast or Giga Drain. So anticipating an electric type move, we can send in Toad. Now he might send in Fire, or go Fire Blast. So anticipating that, we switch back to Benimaru. Pointed Stones dig in. Fire Blast, however, will boost Flash Fire. Now we can go and hit Bitter Blade to do massive damage. Maybe not massive, but good damage. Pretty massive damage. This won't KO as long as it doesn't paralyze. We're in fantastic shape still. Perfect. Alright, so he has 2 Mons left, about to be 1, and I just don't have an answer to Camerupt. Which gen Pokemon? This game has Pokemon from every generation. Here, let me put... I'll paste a link to... Oh, God, I keep forgetting to bring Gaja to the level cap. Here, I'll paste a link to the Pokedex for this game. So that's the Dex. Has Pokemon from all 9 generations. And then the rules that I'm following for my particular challenge, I'll put those in the chat as well. So these are the rules that I'm following for my challenge. It's called the Nuzlocke challenge. Alright, now it's gonna go Earth Power. Yeah, I don't have an answer to, Okay, that's fine. Now, this is where we call on our Raid Den. What's going on, Omega? Yeah, now we call on our Raid Den and see what our options are. Really quickly, I'm gonna grab a snack too, y'all. I'm kind of starving. Hold up, I'll be right back. Grab some water as well. Hold on, I'm gonna grab a snack. I'm hungry. Alright, we're back. I got a bowl of cereal, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Now we can have the energy to build my team a little bit more. Yeah, I was like literally so hungry I couldn't even focus, man. Alright. Looking at the Raid Den. Turn the mic away when I'm chewing so y'all don't hear me crunching like that. Alright, this Raid Den has Indeedee, Duraludon, Hisuian Quillfish, Breloom, and Torkoal. What I'm thinking is for Mega Camerupt, we are going to want more of a physical attacker, but honestly, it's a 5-point difference, not going to matter. So I'm thinking whoever hits the hardest and can also get the type matchup down. So it would be really nobody, but... Could go Indeedee. Is the female Indeedee? Doesn't specify. I wonder if that means male Indeedee then. Pokedex recognizes Indeedee and female, so. But if we do Psychic Surge Indeedee. So Overquill gets access to Aqua Tail. Right? If I run like... Adamant Aqua Tail. Okay, high chance to Oko. So we can get an Overquill and use that to deal with Camerupt. But as long as Camerupt doesn't use Earth Power, then we're good. Because we're faster, we can tank one of it, every other move. What's going on, Castronian? We're Route of Mine, I'm on Route 13. Valadon, but I am going to go. There we go. Oh yeah, I'm muted. Sorry. I didn't realize that I'd hit that mute button. To answer your question, sorry. Wow, I just did so much talking and I was muted the whole time. My bad. To answer your question, it's hard to say when I'm going to be live. I'm based in the United States, and so during the week, because I'm usually live after I'm done with work, I would say like anytime around like 6 p.m. Eastern time. That's like around New York time zone. And then on the weekend, hard to say. Depends on what I have going on, but probably, you know, like I'm never going to be live like late at night or really early in the morning. So if it's a weekend, you can probably bet on it being like mid-afternoon, late afternoon-ish. And then if it's during the week, yeah, probably like late afternoon, early evening. Adamant nature here. And the last thing I'm going to do, I'm also going to equip Mystic Water to ensure that that Aquatail KOs. Alright, now we should be all set with our team here. It's currently 1:18 a.m. for you. What did you miss? We caught a quillfish, Hisuian quillfish, because it can learn Aquatail when it evolves into Overquill, and that is going to be our answer to Mega Camerupt here. Hello, join sometime. Thanks. No, yeah, thanks you. Thanks to you. It's great for having you guys. Love all the support. All right, no permanent sun. Interesting. I mean, I know that that's obviously a mistake, and it'll reset as soon as it can. There we go. Alright, oh, I almost accidentally state 2 saved, and I'm also going to state 3 is also saved. Alright, so same strategy as before. Flash Cannon. Shadow Sneak. Flash Cannon. Shadow Sneak. Ah, it lived! That wasn't supposed to happen. In fact, that was like so not supposed to happen that low-key gotta go back here and reset again. Why does it keep living Shadow Sneak? What happened? It used to not do that, like, at all. Alright. I love when the game just randomly changes how everything works. Yeah, no, that's great. Flash Cannon's Shadow Sneak used to be guaranteed to hit KO on Livani, and now this game wants me to believe that it's not. Which is fine, like, whatever. We're gonna just King Shield here. Because now what I'm gonna do is... I'm gonna Flash Cannon again, right? I am going to... Might as well Flash Cannon again then, right? If, nope. Alright, here we go. Now... I don't know when Liv Annie started just tanking those and doing that much damage, but... Neither here nor there. We know how this game likes to do us. We go Intimidate. Not like it's going to do much, but because we did live at least one of those. Now we go Aquatail. 4x damage, plus Adamant Nature, plus Mystic Water. So, my favorite part is when I was told that this was a guaranteed OHKO. That's my favorite part, is when I was told that this was a guaranteed OHKO. Like, that is my favorite part about this, is when the damage calculator is just straight up wrong. Alright, guess we gotta replan. We didn't have it on, no, 100% health. Yeah. Level 68. Plus 0 attack, Adamant Overquill. This is level 66. Plus 0 defense. Camerupt. I did say 93.8% chance to Oko, actually. It didn't say 100% chance. Alright, never mind. Sorry, damage calculator. That's not on you. With Mystic Water, let me just see what that chance goes up to. Okay, well now it's telling me that Mystic Water was a guaranteed Oko. And that I have a hard time believing. So, what we are going to do instead is... It's load same way, right? So we go Flash Cannon. We Shadow Sneak to take out. Now, we go King Shield. Actually, that King Shield was supposed to read what it was going to do next, so oops. Messed that up. But we go... Ooh, what if... Alright, send in Benimaru. Nope. Flash Cannon. Shadow Sneak. King Shield. Because I changed to items? What does that mean? Because I get... Wait. That doesn't make sense, though. Why would me giving Overquill an item that boosts the power of water-type moves mean that the water-type move is no longer a one-hit KO? Alright, so the Solar Blade here. Go there. I am once again going to King Shield here. And now I'm going to Flash Cannon. Electros. Interesting. Also, why is Benimaru taking damage? Oh, because of the battle against the Gigantamax Pokemon. Right, I forgot about that. Let's see. It's an Earthquake. I think this one we have figured out though, right? Yeah. He's gonna go for the Ice type move here. And this is, yeah, this will be coming in close combat. Takes down Mamoswine. I mean, yeah, if you change something in game, it affects the battle, but it only affects how the AI behaves. It doesn't affect any, like, actual game code or mechanics or anything like that. So the damage calculator being different from what actually happened in battle, in theory, is possible, but it shouldn't happen solely because of... Ah! That's what I forgot to take into account on the calculator. The sun is out. Right. 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 That's what it was. The sun is out. If the sun weren't out, that would be a guaranteed Oko. But because the sun is out, water-type moves are significantly weakened. Okay. Keeping that in mind, then. It's gonna Earth Power. I don't have a safe switch in. I like Chosa, who can take one. Nope. Alright, in that case... Let's see. Let's see. Is this other state... Do I only have states with Overquill? I think I do. I don't think I have a safe state. Pre-Overquill. That's kind of annoying. I mean, I can check for one and see if I have one. Here. But it's unlikely. $626. mean, I can check this one from 3 minutes ago, but... Let me see. Load state. Could be. Could be worth checking out. Let's see. State file. Alright, let's check this one out. Nope, that just brings us back to where we were before. Yeah, alright, so I guess we are stuck with Overquill. That's fine. We can figure something out here. Alright, idea. I hate to use a Mon just as like literally just a sack, but do what you gotta do, I guess, right? Real quick, I'm gonna heal Benimaru just because nobody should be going in without full health. Back to the PC. Which gym is next is going to be the Fuchsia City gym. That is Koga. Traditionally, Koga is a poison type specialist, but in this game, in this patch, Koga's team has been considerably altered to be more difficult, and in true fashion, doesn't even really carry mostly of the typing of his original specialty. So Koga leads with Tapu Lele. He also has permanent Tailwind on his side, so they're always going to be faster than me. A little bit crazy if you ask me, but you know, whatever, we can deal with that. We have Tapu Lele, who also sets up Psychic Surge, who's more of a Psychic type leader, I guess. Hoopa, Unbound form. Crocodile, Chi-Yu, who's also running Focus Sash, Nidoking, and Mega Toxtricity. That is going to be a battle for the ages. Yeah, he has Mega Toxtricity. Which is, I mean, Toxtricity is super weak to ground. So if I get like a single ground type that isn't also weak to grass, then I'm okay there. Just because it has Hidden Power Grass and a special attack of 155, and Tailwind is up. But yeah, if I just get a ground type, I'm not worried about Toxtricity. I'm mostly going to be worried about Chi-Yu here, because Chi-Yu's Beads of Ruin plus Tailwind plus a Focus Sash, meaning that can't one-shot it. Psychic Surge up means that I also can't priority hit it. So I'm going to need a Pokemon that can survive a Beads of Ruin Chi-Yu and is a very powerful physical attacker. So that's going to be a challenge there. Yeah, the permanent Tailwind is definitely a challenge. If I can find a Trick Room setter, assuming that Trick Room can be set in hardcore mode, let me make sure that it's not banned anywhere. No, yeah, Trick Room is banned. Okay. So I can't set Trick Room. Yeah, it does have Boom Burst and Overdrive. But I'm not too worried about those. I mean, Overdrive and Boom Burst are both absorbed by mons that we can get on our team. Yeah, I'm mostly worried about the Tailwind effect and how to offset that. I don't know. Either way, I'll worry about that when it's time to worry about that. For now, I had an idea, and it mostly revolved around us just choosing the sack Choso here. Let's see. So we go Flash Cannon. We go Shadow Sneak. We go King Shield. We go Flash Cannon again. King Shield again. That's right, yeah, and he swapped out. We go Benimaru here. Actually, Bitter Blades our way Salvation. We go Joker. The Goku. Did I miss something? Did I just get outsped by a Mamoswine? Alright, see, this is why sometimes you can't always fast forward it. Then you gotta watch your Infernape get outsped by a Mamoswine and wonder what's going on. Oh, maybe I hit Mach Punch by accident. That might have been it. No! Wait a minute. I'm actually so confused. Like, very, 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 very confused here. Did I change the nature on Goku? No. Mamoswine's speed stat is 144. Infernape's speed stat is 196. Like what? Dude, huh? Huh? What am I looking at? Like, genuinely, what am I looking at there? What? Of course he got the paralysis, of course. Okay, right? So here's Mamoswine. Normal Mamoswine. Nothing special about it. Regular old Mamoswine. He's going to go for a ground type move here. Because we don't want our fire type to get hit by that, we're going to switch out of our fire type into our dark type. Who's still going to take a lot of damage, but less than our fire type would have. Now, right? We go for Fake Out, just to get a little bit of extra damage off. Mamoswine's defenses being dropped also don't hurt. And anticipating Mamoswine goes for Ice Shard to finish us off here, we are going to swap into Infernape, who is much, much, much faster than Mamoswine. Ah! Rock Tomb lowers the speed. That's what happened. Okay. I'm glad that got sorted, because I was here like, what are you doing? Why would it go for Rock Tomb? It must have seen me go for, Alright. Yeah, he also went for Rock Tomb the previous turn too. What if we go Intimidate, right? I don't know. Intimidate didn't seem to do much. Yeah, Mountain Gale still packs us up there. Okay. Let's see. How about... Oh, you know what I do want to try, actually? I wanted to see if taking the metal coat does anything. Fight, flash cannon. Okay, perfect. Reason why that's perfect is... I forgot this is the limited PC. Alright, hold on. All the way to the bottom of our bag. Leftovers. Alright. Save states 2 and 3 are here. Flash Cannon, Shadow Sneak, King Shield, Flash Cannon, heal a little bit, King Shield, Flash Cannon. Alright, now, here's the plan. We're supposed to go for the Fire type move. We were supposed to go for the Fire type move, like... I just like Did not mean to click run. King Shield. Flash Cannon. King Shield. Flash Cannon. Alright. Camerupt comes out. Let's go King Shield to get a read on it. I should have actually checked what move it used there. That was my plan. But... Ooh, okay. Now, let's try to use this damage calculator to our advantage a little bit. The AI is trained to go for a KO if one is available, right? Aegislash level 66. Sorry, level 68. Camrupt's level 66. With 128 out of 180 HP, about 71%. In the sun. Earth power still a guaranteed OHKO. Shoot. If it wasn't, then I would say that that's really good for us because then it guarantees a Fire Blast. Yeah, we needed to use a... Oh, what if we go Joker, who I don't think gets OHKO'd. Yeah, barely doesn't get OHKO'd, but a barely and a dream is all we need. Now, I gotta stop speeding it up too, right? Because I want to see what moves Camerupt's actually using. Yeah, alright. Flash Cannon. Shadow Sneak. King Shield. Flash Cannon. King Shield. Flash Cannon. Now we King Shield. Alright, let's see what Camerupt uses here. Alright, goes to Earth Power. We don't have a lot of Pokemon that can tank an Earth Power from Camerupt. what if we did... So what if, right, assuming that this turn he also goes for Earth Power. If he doesn't, great, but I'm assuming he's going to. Intimidate doesn't mean much. Yeah, he goes for Earth Power, gets the KO. Alright, what if, instead of Mystic Water, we went into our Berry Pouch. Alright, King Shield here. Try to get a read. Alright, now what we are going to try is seeing if this berry that we gave Choso reduces damage. I'm hoping it does. Alright, we eat our berry, because I want to keep Adamant Nature on here, if I can. Alright, there we go, perfect. Reduces damage. That's all I really need. Because I am willing to sack Choso for this. It's unfortunate, and I would rather not have to do it, but sometimes life is about those hard decisions. And we are going to go Goku here. Alright, let's see if Close Combat KOs Camerupt. If it doesn't, I'm ending stream and we'll try again tomorrow. Oh, good. There we go. Okay. I was gonna say, I've done like so much trial and error on this battle that if all that was not enough to take care of Camerupt, I would have had no answer. I would have been genuinely lost. Alright. Electros. We go Benimaru. Oh, in fact, even better, we go Toad to eat the Electro-type attacks. He'll be compelled to go, Volt Switch. That's annoying. I should have seen that coming. But it's not the end of the world. In fact... Oh, I wonder. Okay. I wonder. Let's do a save state. Oh, I do have a save state for after... I'm going to keep these two because these are for before Overquill. So actually, if I want to go back and get Overquill again, I can. Let's do save state 4 and save state 7 here. Okay, what I'm curious to see is if I send in Goku will I be able to tank it with an ice, because he's going for an ice type move? And if I am, alright, he's going for Mountain Gale. Can I tank Mountain Gale? I can. Now my question is, do we KO with close combat here? Or did we need for, Oh, are you serious? That's so unreal. That's so unreal. Alright. That's so unreal. However, knowing that he's going for Mountain Gale, right? Now that we are aware of this, we can go Joker. To fake out. Alright. Now we can hope that he goes for the, let's see. Yeah, let's hope that he goes for the ice type move here. Rock Tomb again. What is it with him in this Rock Tomb? Why are you using Rock Tomb on it? Like what is so enticing? Who even runs Rock Tomb Mamoswine? That's not a thing. Nobody runs Rock Tomb Mamoswine. You made that up. That is like entirely fabricated by this one guy and this one guy only. We lose the speed tie because of the natures. Go Joker here. Headlong Rush. I'll do like another safe state, like right here, right? State 6. And then we try some stuff out. We try Sucker Punch out first. Sucker Punch did a lot more than I would have thought. Actually, knowing that then, hold on. Knowing how much Sucker Punch does, maybe Mach Punch will do the same. Switch out. Tank a Rock Tomb, right? Alright, there we go. Crisis averted. Because I was getting so fed up with this. I'm already fed up with this battle. I've done this battle so many times. And I've done nothing but these, like, this entire day, I've streamed twice. And I haven't, like, even been doing, you know, gym battles or anything of the sort there. It has been entirely 100% just, trainer battles. And that is it. Right? Not like just these NPC trainer battles. The worst of the worst. Because there's no story advancement or anything. It's like every step you take, it just makes you do another one of these battles. Please don't get paralyzed. Thank you. Alright, Bitterblade, please do your job here. Let's go. Alright. Thunderbolt, again, we live. No paralysis. Good, there we go. I should have like quadruple checked the moveset. I don't even think this thing gets Sucker Punch, but if it did and it Sucker Punched me there, I would have had to end my Radical Run for good. That would have been ultimate rage bait. Okay, beat that guy. Choso got sacked, right? Yeah, sorry Choso. I mean, to be fair, I did say that we only brought you on to fight that guy, so. Not a great day to be a poison type, I guess. Sacking both Dragouge and Choso. Same day as we got him. But here we go. Save state. And now we have one more of these before Fuchsia. Permanent Sun, he opens up with Executor. Alright. And I know it's going to be this guy. Let me just see anything this way that I can go get that would be worth getting. Route 14. Ah, is it that guy or is it... It's one of these two guys. I guess I'll check both, right? See which one is the boss battle and which one is not, because it's a bird keeper. Is it this guy? Nope, it's not this guy. I wonder if we can just like... I high-key was not prepared for this. Like, my team is so beaten up, you know? Yeah, Benny just fainted. Alright, let's do this. Let's do ourselves a favor and Poke Rider over 2 Vermilion. Get our team together too. It's got some fast mons. Jolteon and Archeops. I think for Archeops we're gonna want to bring on Luck. And then I'm also considering possibly replacing Toad for this one. But we'll see. What's going on, G? Dogamus Prime. Believe in me, I got this. Appreciate it. Yeah, one more for the day. I think, depending on how long it takes. I do want to reach Fuchsia City, and then we'll take on everything that Fuchsia City has to offer next stream. Yeah, whoever, I just want to know, like, whichever game dev decided to just make this part of the game nothing but mini boss fights, why? Why? What? Like, why? You know those, like, challenges that don't even seem like they're, like, true tests of skill? They're more just tests of, like, who likes the game enough to keep playing it? That's what this feels like right now. Who enjoys Pokemon as a franchise enough to keep doing the least fun battles one could possibly have to do here? Okay. No, I have to battle that guy anyways. It's just a matter of if I would battle the other bird catcher first. Alright, so saving state here. Knowing he's opening with Executor. I think I'm going to open up with Joker. This is our guy for sure. Executor has Focus Sash too. Fake out, break the sash. Now I'm hoping he doesn't go for Sleep Powder here. That would be like very annoying if he did. Alright, well, let's go. I also probably should have shifted Aegislash back to physical, but that'll be. Alright, Tank Solar Beam. I'm gonna predict that he switches out here. Let's go Bitter Blade. No, stays in and goes Side Shock. Okay, I'll take my health back. Alright, Emboar. Not super defensive, but does carry Wild Charge. Okay. Can I live a Wild Charge? Oh, it has Bull Rush. Okay, I was like, why is it faster than me? It's faster than me because the way that this move works is, or its Bull Rush works, is that its first move, like boosted speed the first turn that it's on the field, and the first move that it used gets boosted. But yeah, Emboar, don't have to worry about too much. Archeops, Jolteon, and Dredagon left. Archeops. We did bring in somebody for this. Let's see if I do a save state like right here. And I do one like right here. Let's see, is it gonna go for Earthquake or is it gonna go for Head Smash? Let's test it out with Luck. I don't think Luck lives either, unfortunately, but it does outspeed. Alright, it goes for Earthquake. Oh, Luck does live. Let's go, Luck. Alright, let me just make sure. Speed set is 187. We are... yeah, 201. Now I'm wondering if we would have been better off with special attack beneficial nature. Because Archeops is very weak in terms of special defense. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to Volt Switch here. Hopefully trigger Defeatist. Even better. Alright, Jolteon and Druddigon left. Go back. I say regardless of who I send out, we're probably okay to go Infernape here. Alright, Druddigon. Rough Skin. With the helmet is not what I wanted to really deal with here. Alright, let's go... Attack of 120 is not great, but not the worst. Let's try our handy dandy damage calculator here. Destined Rivals or Chilling Rain? I'm not sure what that's referring to. Let's see. So, Druddigon. If we did a save state like right here. Do I live whatever Druddigon has? It's probably going to glare, honestly. Try to paralyze me here. Yeah. Rough Skin plus Rocky Helmet is going to hurt a lot. It does go Glare. Oh, you know what that tells me, actually? It tells me that I should go Luck here, right? Because it goes Glare. Doesn't affect. We do another save state right about here. Test out Ice Beam first. I don't think Ice Beam's getting the KO, but if it does, that's even better for us. Ah, so close. That's annoying because now I know if I had like my my offensive nature, you know. All right, let's go Volt Switch. Go for some free damage. Not gonna do a lot, but again, better than nothing. You went what? Dragon Hammer here. You go Joker to live that. Ah, TCG sets. Cool. Yeah, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I'm very, very out of the loop when it comes to all things TCG. Gunk Shot. I mean, I should have checked the moveset, but who runs Gunk Shot on a Druddigon? Probably somebody who's afraid of fairy types. So actually, I'm not all that surprised by this. Alright, what if... Alright, let's try something here. Let's go to Vermilion City. The reason I'm going to Vermilion is because I want a nature change. Luck, I want to hold the Modest Nature. And then after getting the Modest Nature, Luck speed is 183. Did that even really help? Special attack? I feel like my special attack only went up like a couple points, and I just dropped my speed for no reason. Because now I'm slower than Archeops, and that's really not what we want. Okay, never mind. A lot of what we did before works because we were faster than Archeops. Let's change our nature back. But we do have some other options here. Did I just give it Adamant Nature? That's like the worst thing I could have done. So come back here. The Timid Nature, because we do want to be faster than Archeops. Never Melt Ice is the right move. So for Drudagon... Yeah, I think our best bet is really just making sure that... Alright, what if I went... Berry Pouch... Chesto Berry... Joker... The reason I'm doing this is because I want to test out how badly it wants to put one of my Pokemon to sleep. Playing your first ever Pokemon game and it's Omega Ruby. Omega Ruby's cool. Yeah, Omega Ruby is definitely a cool game. Solid remakes, that and Alpha Sapphire. First game was the original Sapphire back in the day. Also a good one to start with. I'm a Gen 4 personally. I started with Diamond. Hacker? Who's the hacker? Save state, same places here. What I also want to mess around with is... Right, I might mess around here with this. What if I went Thunder Wave and hope for paralysis here? Nope, Dragon Hammer all the time. Alright, fight, Volt Switch. What if anticipating Dragon Hammer, right? We then come in here. Druddigon's taking a little bit of damage. We live one Dragon Hammer. Barely. Sunlight is strong. Now we come in with a close combat. And Rough Skin and Rocky Helmet are going to do extra damage. Alright. I mean, I can hope for a crit here. Oops, that's not what I wanted at all. So yeah, we go Volt Switch. Goes Dragon Hammer. I'm kind of curious though, right? Eat a Dragon Hammer here. And a King Shield again. He glares, and Glare got through the King Shield. Ooh! Hold on. Right? So he's going to Glare now. We eat the Glare because we're Electric type, and because he's taken some damage here. Now he is no longer in a position to survive Ice Beam, I believe. I think I was right. There we go. There we go. I love it when I'm right. They hate it when I'm right, but I love it. Alright, let's see. Jolteon, I'm once again kind of at a loss here. Volt Absorb, so I can't even Volt Switch out if I wanted to. It's probably going to Evo Boost, and that is kind of horrifying for me. In fact, if it Evo Boosts, that might be GG's. I'm not going to lie to you. That might be like overly GG's. If it Thunderbolts, good. It might just Weather Ball to attempt the KO here. Let's see. I am going to save state one more time. It might Weather Ball to attempt the KO because it has Last Resort, Thunderbolt, Weather Ball, and Hidden Power Grass. If it does Thunderbolt to attempt the KO, we can... Or, I mean, if it Weather Balls to attempt the KO, we can hope. Emphasis on hope. Alright, there we go. We know we're going to live this. Looking at this. What's going on, Mio? What's going on, Nicole? What did you miss? Depends. Where did you last leave off? See, it's times like this that I really wish I had an offensive nature. Let's see. I think we can live a singular Thunderbolt. Just one. Yeah, we can live one Thunderbolt. This is the greatest Pokemon of all time. I tell y'all every single day, and you guys don't believe me. I don't know how many times I have to tell you this is the best Pokemon of all time. I don't know how many times has Goku won fights for us that were overall impossible. How many times has Goku won fights for us that were overall impossible? There we go. All right. Dude, I'm so sick of Route 13. I'm so sick of Route 13. I'm overly sick of it. 2. Okay, now, Miel, I need you to understand, right? If you tell me that you last left the stream at around 2 o'clock, I need you to fully understand that I can do nothing with that information, sir. Here we go. Finally, we made it. We do have that save state there, right? Yeah, we do have that save state there. Couple battles there. I'm going to ignore. Route 15. What even is the purpose of this like super long stretch of road? I don't know. All I know is that we are finally almost in Fuchsia City. There we go. The city of our next gym challenge. This is where we are going to end for the day. There's a rival battle somewhere, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Right now, I'm going to focus on getting the Pokemon Center. Change my Pokemon to Legends ZA, Legendary Pokemon from home today. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. No 2:30. Gym is closed. All right. Be wise to rematch some of the gym leaders. So I guess we have to fight other gym leaders before we can take on Cobra. Yeah, that's going to take a while. Let's see what this guy talked about. Another Sevian egg. Oh, nice. Another free egg. Don't have space? That's fine. That is fine. I'm going to go heal up, and we are going to call it a stream from here, man. I mean, I feel like at this point... Sorry, it looks like I have a piece of lint or something in my beard. I'm seeing on my face cam. Can't even get it right here because my face cam is all mirrored and stuff. Whatever. As always, though, I mean, y'all already know. First and foremost, thanks to you guys for showing up, showing out, and showing love. Long day, man. 2 streams. We finally got to Fuchsia City after, 7 boss battles that we got through. Only had to sack a couple Pokemon, too, so not bad. Could have been better, but we made it. But yeah, as always, man, I hope y'all have a fantastic rest of your Saturday. Fantastic start of your weekend or rest of your weekend. And I'll catch y'all